for other ships of the same name, see HMS Albacore. HMS Albacore was a 13-otter destroyer of the British Royal Navy, which was later classified as part of the B class. She was built by Palmers of Yarrow as a private venture, launching in 1906 and being purchased in 1909. She served through the First World War before being sold for scrap in 1919. The shipbuilder Palmers Shipbuilding and Yarn Company laid down 2 destroyers on speculation on 1 September 1905 as yard number 786 and 787. The 2 destroyers were of generally similar size and designed to the Royal Navy's earlier 13-otter destroyers, with a turtleback forecastle, with the Royal Navy having abandoned the 13-otter type for the River-class destroyers, with a higher raised forecastle instead of a turtleback, and sacrificing high speed in sea trials in favour of greater seaworthiness. The first of the 2 ships, which would later become HMS Albacore, was launched on 9 October 1906. Palmers was unable to find a customer for these ships, however, and offered to sell them to the Royal Navy on 5 December 1907 for a circumflex £70,000,000 or 80,000 each. The Admiralty rejected the offer in February 1908, but in April 2 destroyers, Tiger and Gala, were lost in accidents, and it was decided to order the 2 stock ships from Palmers as replacements. A provisional order for the 2 ships was placed on 8 May 1908 at a price of a circumflex £60,000 each, depending on successful trials, with a speed of 31 knots being required. Unlike most 13-otters, the new ships were powered by steam turbines, rather than triple expansion engines, with 4 boilers feeding steam at 250 pounds per square inch to Parsons direct drive turbines which drove 2 shafts, generating 6,000 shaft horsepower. The ships had 4 funnels, with the middle 2 funnels closely spaced. Albacore's hull was 220 feet 10 inches long overall and 215 feet between perpendiculars, with a beam of 21 feet 01 a circumflex 4 inch, and a draft of 6 feet 51 a circumflex 2 inches. She displaced 408 long tons normal load and 440 long tons deep load. The ship's stem was higher than earlier turtleback destroyers, while rather than the narrow conning tower of the earlier destroyers, Albacore had a full-width bridge situated further aft, which was claimed by Palmers to make the ship much drier in heavy seas. Gun armament consisted of 3 QF 12-pounder 12 CWT naval guns, with 2 situated side by side on top of the bridge and 1 aft. 2 18-inch torpedo tubes were carried, while the ship had a complement of 56 officers and men. Although it was hoped that the ship could be accepted quickly, with delivery expected within 2 to 3 months of the order being placed, official sea trials proved problematical. Albacore only reached a maximum of 26.75 knots instead of the required 31 knots, which may have been due to more realistic trial conditions. The Admiralty finally agreed to accept Albacore and her sister ship Bernetta on 3 March 1909, paying a circumflex £45,000 for each. HMS Albacore was commissioned on 27 March that year. Albacore was part of the 4th Destroyer Flotilla in 1910, and of the 6th Flotilla in 1913. On 30 August 1912 the Admiralty directed all destroyers were to be grouped into classes designated by letters based on appearance. As a 4-funnel ship, Albacore was listed as a B-class destroyer in 1 October 1913. On the outbreak of the First World War in August 1914, Albacore was sent to Scapa Flow to join the local patrol flotilla protecting the anchorage of the Grand Fleet. Albacore was heavily damaged on 9 March 1917 when she struck a mine lowered by the German submarine UC-44 off Kirkwall, her bow being blown off and 17 of her crew being killed, but was later repaired, being back in service by July 1917.